श्रीनिवासेति श्रेष्ठदया पात्रं गुणान्वितः कविकोऽनन्तरङ्गाद्यश्रम्येतां भुवि यस्तात्मीयपरं वरप्रदगुरो वैराग्यमभ्योदनो वेदमन्तां कृतारवन्तवनघात् श्रीश्रीनिवासात् गुरोः श्रीशैलान्वयवत्सुवत्सुरैं श्रीयोनिवे श्रीनिवेः वन्दे साधुकटाक्षकेणिनिलयं श्रीकृष्णदेशिकं श्रीनारायण योगीन्द्र वरदारी कृपा श्री मंगेशपादविरतं श्रीनिवासमुनिं भजे व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं जगते पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे गदातं तपोनिधिं पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन कृतितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीमष्टादशाध्यायिनीं अम्बत्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भगवद्वेषिणीं पदाम्भोरुहध्यानविध्यस्ता शेषकल्मषः विध्वस्ता शेषकल्मषः वस्तुतामुपयातोऽहं न्यामुने नमामि तं यो नित्यमुच्चितपदाम्बुजयुग्मरुग्मव्यामोहतस्तरितराणि नायमेने अस्मद्गुरोर्भगवतोऽस्य देकसिन्धो रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्य कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा सुदेवसुतं देवं कुन्तचानोरवर्तनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् Offering my pranamams to all the Bhagavathas in this satsanga, I shall resume the next session. We had just started the 7th chapter in the previous class. We shall continue with a recap of the introduction, the Sangati, the connection that Bhashya gives, along with the summary of the teachings of the first 6 chapters in the Bhashya Avatarika of the 7th chapter. Prathamena adhyaya shatkena paramaprapya bhutasya parasya brahmano niravadyasya nikhila jagadeka karanasya sarvajnasya sarvabhutasya satyasankalpasya mahavibhutehe Srimato Narayanasya prapyupaya bhutam tadupasanam vaktum तदंगभूतम आत्मज्ञानपूर्वक कर्मानुष्ठान साध्यम प्राप्तुः प्रत्यगात्मनो याथात्म्य दर्शनम उक्तम. That is how Bhashyakara summarizes the summary of the first 6 chapters along with the connection to the next 6 chapters. So what was taught was the realization of the praptuhu pratyagatmano yathatmya darshanam, the individual self, realization of the self, that is praptru, and that is attained through the practice of karma yoga, which includes in itself the knowledge of the self, atmajnana purvaka karmanusthana sadhyam, and that is angabhutam, which is an accessory to meditation on the Paramatman. And why was that taught in the beginning? Because that is required as an accessory in order to begin the teaching on Paramatmopasana, which is the means to attain the Supreme Sriman Narayana, who is the ultimate goal, Parabrahma or Supreme Brahman, and is without any defects, Niravadyasya. So Parasya Brahmanaha, Paramaprapya Bhutasya, up to that, till Tadupasanam Vaktum, that is the subject matter for the continuing chapters, successive chapters. He is the sole cause of the entire universe. He is all-knowing, Sarvabhuta. He exists as everything, being their inner controller, Satyasankalpa. He is Ubhaya Vibhuti Nayaka. All that is in order to teach the Yathatmya of Paramatma, so that a sadhaka can get into the path of Bhakti Yoga. The accessory, which is Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga, which includes the Atma Darshana, was taught in the first 6 chapters. Now, Idanim Madhyamena Shatkena Parabrahmabhuta Paramapurusha Swarupam Tadupasanantya Bhakti Shabdavachyam Uchyate. So in the mid 6 chapters, the nature of the Supreme Purusha, who is the Supreme Brahman, and Paramatmopasana, or the devotional meditation on the Supreme, known by the term Bhakti, is going to be taught. Tadetad uttaratra yatah pravrittirbhutanam yena sarvamidam tatam swakarmana tamabhyarcha siddhim vindati manavaha ityarabhya vimuchya nirmamashyanto brahma bhuyaya kalpate brahmabhuta prasannatma na shoshati na kamshati samas sarveshu bhuteshu madbhaktim labhate param iti sankshipya vakshate. So the same teaching is told later in the last chapter, summarizing all this, where the Shastrartha is taught in the 18th chapter. This is again seen there. Yataha pravrittihi bhutanam yena sarvamidam jagat. All the activities of the entire world, all these sentient beings, it's all due to Paramatman. It's all controlled by Paramatman. He is a supporter. He is a support for everything. Yena sarvamidam tatam. Everything is pervaded by him. And such a Supreme Brahman, swakarmana tamabhyarcha. By worshipping him with their duties, ordained duties of their stations of life, siddhim vindati manavaha, they will attain the ultimate. And starting like that, vimuchya nirmamashyantaha brahmabhuyaya kalpate. There, brahmabhuyaya is atmasakshatkara. Brahmabhutaha prasannatma. Once he attains the realization of the self, na shochati, na kamshati, samas sarveshu bhuteshu, he attains the samatva yoga, which was taught earlier, and then madbhaktim labhate param. Parabhakti comes after that. So he will get Parabhakti, which is the starting of Upasana, and then he will continue further to attain me. That is what is taught, again summarized in the 18th chapter. And what is Upasana? Upasanantu bhakti rupapannameva paramapraptipaya bhutam iti Vedanta Vakya Siddham. So Bhashyakara establishes with all pramanas the nature of Upasana, nature of what is Bhakti, what is Upasana, and all these. The fact that meditation, which is known as Upasana, becomes a means to attain the Paramatman, only having taken the form of devotion or intense love or Bhakti, is well known and well established in Vedanta Vakya Siddham. And what are they? What are those Vedanta Vakyas? Tameva viditva timurtyumeti. Tamevam vidvan amritaiha bhavati ityadina bhitam vedanam. It is called as Vedana in Upanishads by the word Vedana. And by knowing him, atimrutyumeti, mrutyum atyeti. That is Anvaya there. Tameva viditva atimrutyumeti, tameva viditva mrutyum atyeti. He crosses over samsara. By knowing him, its Vedana is used there. And in Purusha Sukta, that is in Shvetashvatara Upanishad, in Purusha Sukta, Tamevam Vidvan Amritaiha Bhavati. Again, Tamevam Vidvan, having one who knows, having known him thus, Amritaha Iha Bhavati, he becomes Amrita, immortal here itself. That is the process of meditation itself becomes most blissful for such a person. Because the object of meditation is of that nature, of such wonderful nature. Atmavare drashtavya shrotavyo mantavyo nididhyasitavya from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Supreme Self is to be heard, reflected upon, meditated upon, and seen. Atmanameva lokam upasita. So Bhashyakara takes pramanas where upasana is also told. Upasitavya, upasita. Tattvashuddho dhruva smritihi, smritilambhe sarvagranthinaam vipramoksha. And how is that attained? The cause of that in Chandogya Upanishad is told as dhruva smriti. Sattva shuddha means sattva is manas, and the mind becomes pure. Dhruva smriti. Incessant meditation is possible. Smriti Lambhe, when such meditation one is able to do, Sarva Granthinam Vipramoksha, all the knots of the nature of Kama, Krodha, Raga, Dvesha, they are broken. So when the mind becomes clear, with such meditation becomes possible, all knots would get released. And then what happens? Vidyate hridaya granthihi chidyante sarva samshayaha kshiyante chasya karmani tasmin drishte paravara. He is a self of, he is paravara. Paraha avara bhavanti. In front of him, even whoever is highly placed, paraha, devatas, they all become avara. They all become lowly in front of him. And when such a person is seen, tasmin drushte asya karmani kshiyante, all his karmas will get exhausted. Vidyate hridaya granthi chidyante sarva samshayaha. There will be no doubts and there will be no hridaya granthi, all kama, krodha, all that raga, dvesha will get. So that is Smriti Santana Rupam Darshana Samanakaram Dhyana Upasana Shabdavachyamiti Avagamyate. So that is Dhruva Smriti is what told is Smriti Santana Rupa. Santana is a continuous stream of remembrance. Smriti Santana. That form, it becomes Darshana Samanakara. It leads to vivid perception. And that is called by the name Dhyana Upasana in these pramanas. And again, Punascha Nayamatma Pravachanena Labhyaha Medhya Namaguna Shrutena Yameva Yesha Vrunate Tena Labhyaha Tasyeisha Atma Vivrunate Tanum Swam. This is from Mundaka Iti Visheshanat Parena Atmana Varaniyata Hetubhutam Smaryamana Vishayasya Atyartha Priyatvena Swayamapi Atyartha Priya Rupam Smriti Santanameva Upasana Shabdavachyamiti Nishchiyate. So what is the meaning of Upasana? He is decided with these pramanas such as Nayamatma Pravachanena Labhyaha. Pravachana is Manana. One has to do Pravachana, one should have done Manana. So Pravachana here is taken as meaning of Manana. Bahuna Shuthena is Shravana, Medhaya, Dhyana. Great intellect and all that. He cannot be attained. So, are they not required at all? They are required, but the meaning is Kevala Pravachana, Kevala Medhya, Kevala Bahuna Shrutena. That is the meaning. Only without Bhakti, they are all not of much use. Yameva Yesha Vrunate. Why? Because Yeshaha is Paramatma here. Yameva Yeshaha Paramatma Vrunate. Whoever the Paramatma chooses, Tena Labhyaha. By him, he is attainable. Tasyesha Atma Vivunate Tanu Swam. To such a Bhakta, Bhagavan shows his own self, his own Divya Mangala Vigraha. He reveals himself to such a person. Iti Visheshanat Parena Atmana Varaniyata Hetu Bhutam. So, the Shruti says, Yameva Yesha Vrunate, whoever Paramatman chooses. Then Bhashyakara puts a question, whom does he choose? What is the cause of getting chosen by Paramatman? That is, whoever loves Paramatman is the person whom Paramatman chooses him. So Smaryamana Vishayasya, because the object of meditation, Smaryamana Vishayasya Atyartha Priyatvena. Swayamapi Atyartha Priya Rupam Smriti Santana Rupam. That is the Varaniyata Hetu Bhutam. Atyartha Priya Rupam Smriti Santana Veva. And that is the cause of Paramatman choosing such a person who is doing Upasana with great love. He is meditating upon the Lord. That is called Upasana. Upasana Shabdavachyam. Iti Nishchiyate. Tadeva hi bhakti tyuchyate. That is called as bhakti. And Bhashyakara also quotes Pramana from Laingopanishad. Snehapurvam anudhyanam bhaktiritya vidhiyate. Snehapurvam anudhyanam bhakti iti abhidhiyate. So bhakti nothing but continuous remembrance with love. Sneha purvam anudhyanam. अतः तमेवं विद्वान् अमृत इह भवति नान्यः पन्था अयनाय विद्यते नाहं वेदेन तपसा न दानेन त्यज्यया शक्य एवं विदो द्रष्टुं दृष्टवानसि मां यथा भक्त्या तु अनन्यया शक्यः अहम् एवं विदो अर्जुन ज्ञातुं द्रष्टुं च तत्त्वेन प्रवेष्टुं च परन्तप इति अनयोः एकार्थत्वं सिद्धं भवति. Now from Shruti and Smriti Samanvaya is made. The pramanas are taken from Shruti and Smriti and then they mean the same thing. Shruti it is told as Vedana. Tamevam vidwan amritaha iha bhavati. Na anyaha pantaha ayanaya vidyate. There is no other way to attain him. Purusha Sukta says. And in Gita it comes Naham vedaihi na tapasa na danena na cha ijjaya shakya evam vidot. So kevala just by mere repetition of the Vedic mantras or by just by mere penance or dana and all those things, I cannot be seen. Bhaktya to ananyaya shakyaha. Only with bhakti I am able to, one is able to see me, perceive me like this, or I reveal myself to one who loves me dearly. Jnatum drashtum cha tattvena praveshtum. That is possible. Praveshtum is praptum. To attain me, it's possible only with bhakti. It's told here. So, anayoho ekarthatvam. Vedana and bhakti are used in the same sense in the Shruti and Smriti Pramanas quoted here. So that is how Bhashyakara gives the introduction to the next 6 chapters, telling about Bhakti and Upasana, which is going to be the subject matter along with Paramatma's Yathatmya Jnana. Tatra Saptame Tavat, out of the summary of the next 6 chapters, after telling that, what is the subject matter of the 7th chapter, the current chapter, Saptame Tavat, Upasya Bhuta Paramapurusha Swarupa Yathatmyam. The real nature of the Supreme Brahman, who is the Paramapurusha, who is Upasya, who is the object of meditation. And then, telling all those great nature of Paramatman, why is it not visible to us? Why are we not able to perceive or realize that knowledge? Prakritya tattirodhanam. It is covered by the veil of Prakriti or matter. Tan nivrittaye bhagavat praptihi. How to get over that? How to uncover that veil of Prakriti? One has to surrender unto the Lord. Tan nivrittaye bhagavat prapattihi. Upasaka vidha bhedo. The different types of bhaktas, upasakas. And out of them, jnaninaha shraishthyam. Jnani, artha, jignasu, artharthi, jnani, they are all going to be told. Jnani is the superior one among them. These are all told. Is summarized as a summary of 7th chapter, which is exactly in line with what Yamunacharya told in Gita Artha Sangraha. Swayathatmyam prakrityasya tirodhi sharanagatihi bhaktavedaha prabuddhasya shraishtyam saptama uchyate is the Gita Artha Sangraha shloka. So the ultimate goal, paramaprapya bhutasya, when Bhashyakara says, adhyaya shakyena paramaprapya bhutasya, paramaprapya is going to be told further now. So that is paramaprapya is Paramatman and not just realization of the individual self. That is clear. So paramaprapya bhutasya parasya brahmanaha niravadyasya nikhila jagadeka karanasya sarvajnasya sarvabhutasya satya sankalpasya mahavibhutehe shrimato narayanasya prapti upaya bhutam tadupasanam vaktum. This is the subject matter of the next 6 chapters, Madhyama Shatka, Bhagavat Swarupa and Upasana Swarupa. And the summary of first 6 chapter is Tadanga Bhutam Atmajnana Purvaka Karmanushtana Sadhyam Praptuhu Pratyagatmano Yathatmi Darshana Muktam. That is the summary of the first 6 chapters. Anga Bhuta, though it is an accessory to Upasana, and it is Karmanushtana, Atmajnana Purvaka, with the knowledge of the self. And the Sadhya is what is attained there is Pratyagatmano Yathatmi Darshanam. So it is made clear that what is to be attained is not Parishuddha Jiva alone, but it is Paramapurusha. Parasya Brahmano Niravadyasya. The fact that the Supreme Lord is the ultimate goal is told by the word Parabrahma. It is not, so it is qualified by the Parabrahma. The word Niravadyasya indicates that he is Purushottama. The meanings of Param Brahma, Param Dhamma, Apavitram Paramam Bhavan, what is going to be told in 10th chapter is summarized by this. This means the modification, the Vikara or the modifications in he is Niravadya means he is untouched by the modifications that are found in Chetana and Achetanas. In Achetana, there is modification in the essential nature itself, Sarupa Vikara, the non-sentient matter. And in the bound cells, the Baddha Jivas, the modification of the Vikara that is seen is the Sankocha Vikasa in Swabhava, in attributive consciousness, Dharmabhuta Jnana, Sankocha and Vikasa, expands and contracts. That do not happen to the Supreme Brahman. That is told as Niravadyasya, Nikhila Jagadeka Karanasya. This is the meaning of the shloka. So how Swami Deshikan in Tatparya Chandrika shows how this part of the Bhashya, which summarizes the what is taught, the teachings of the next 6 chapters, by giving reference to a few shlokas which are going to come. Nikhila Jagadeka Karanasya, the meaning of shlokas such as Aham Sarvasya Prabhavaha Matta Sarvam Pravartate, all those things told in 10th chapter. And by this the Supreme Brahman is told as the sole cause of the universe. He is Nimitta Karana, material and the efficient or intelligent cause of the world, of this universe. Sarvajnasya Sarvabhutasya. He is Sarvajna is told in shlokas Matta Parataram Nanyate, Kinchidasti Dhananja and all that here itself and in this 7th chapter. And it also establishes his Nimitta Upadanatva, because Sarvajnatva, Sarvashaktitva are all essential characteristics for Jagat Karanatva. And he is the inner controller of all, Antaryami, and so has everything as his body, and that is told as Sarvabhutasya. That is going to be told later as Sarvam Tama Samapnoshi Tatosi Sarvaha in the 11th chapter. Satyasankalpasya Mahavibhutehe Srimato Narayanasya. This establishes the meanings of Vibhuti Adhyaya, this is the 10th chapter. And by all these, the Nirvachana or etymology of the word Narayana is also indicated. 8 reasons which establish that even Narayana is the ultimate object of attainment are summarized by Swami Deshika like this. Paratvat, Niravadyatvat, Pitrutvat, Hitavedanat, Antaratmataya Dosha Pratikshepa Kshamatvatah, Bhogalilartha Nisima Vibhuti Dvaya Yogataha, Srimattvadapi Upasyoyam Prapyo Narayana Varaha. So these are the Paratvat, he is the ultimate Para, he is the overlord of everything, Parabrahman. Niravadyatvat, without any defects. Pitrutvat, he is like a father. Hitavedanat, he reminds us of what is ultimate good, that most good to everyone. Antaratmataya, he is the inner controller, and by that way, dosha pratikshepa kshamatvatah. He is untouched by any defects, and because of that, he can eliminate the defects in others also. He has that capability because he is untouched by any defect. Only such a person can remove the defects of others. Bhogalila artha nisima vibhuti dvaya yogataha. Nitya vibhuti and lila vibhuti. He is the overlord of Ubhaya vibhutis. Shrimatvat, he is Shriman. Api Upasyaha, Upasyaha, he is the object of meditation. Prapyaha, he is to be attained. Narayana Paraha, he is none other than Sriman Narayana. Praptyupaya bhutam tadupasanam vaktum. The means to attain Paramatman is his upasana only. And Jivatma Jnana and Karmanusthana are upakarakas, as accessories to it. And so, they are also upayas in a way, they are paramparaya upayas. They are successively means, because without Karmanusthana, without Jivatma Jnana, one cannot even start Bhakti Yoga. So they are paramparaya upayas, but ultimately Bhakti Yoga only will lead one to attain Paramatma. Upasana, that is. So in order to teach that, Tadanga Bhutama Atma Jnana Purvaka Karmanusthana Sadhyam. So the means to attain the Supreme is the meditation on Him only, which is Paramatma Upasana. The knowledge of the individual self, practice of karma are all useful as accessories to Upasana. Idani Madhyamena Shatkena Parabrahmabhuta Paramapurusha Swarupam Tadupasanancha Bhakti Shabdavacham Uchyate. So in the first 6 chapters, the aspects taught are Anga, that is the accessories, Karma and Jnana Yogas, and Praptru, the nature of the attainer, who is Jivatma. Now, the Angi, that is the main part, and the Prapya, that is the object of attainment, are going to be taught. That is the Sangati told by the word Idanim, Idanim Madhyama Shatkena. So now, so far the Anga and the Praptru, they were taught the nature of the Praptru, etc. Now, the Angi and Prapya are going to be taught. That is the subject matter now. So, by the words Parabrahma, Paramapurusha, the common word, there are many Samanya Shabdas in Shrutis like Sat, Brahma, Akasha, Jyoti, all these words, they all culminate in the specific Vishesha Shabda, Brahma, which is Sriman Narayana. So, Parabrahma, Paramapurusha, they all tell that the normal common words like Brahma and others found in the Vedanta Vakyas, they culminate in Parabrahma, Paramapurusha, Sriman Narayana. He is the Devata Vishesha. In the same way, the Vedanta Vakyas which teach the means or upaya, means to liberation, mokshopaya, by the words Vedana, Upasana, etc., they culminate in the word Bhakti that is told here. So, Parabrahmabhuta Paramapurusha Swarupam Tadupasanam cha Bhakti Shabda Vachyam. Bhakti Shabda Vachyam. So the words like Upasana and Vedana, which are Samanya Shabdas used in Shruti, culminate in the Vishesha Shabda Bhakti. By these 2 sentences, Bhashya in the Bhashya, the summary of the 2 Shatkas, as told by rAmAnuja in 2 shlokas, Jnana Karmatmike Nishthe Yogalakshye Susamskrite Atmanubhuti Siddhyarte Purva Shatkena Chodite. The summary of the first 6 chapters told by rAmAnuja was that Atmanubhuti Siddhyarte. Atmanubhuti is Atma Sakshatkara, the vision of the individual self. Jnana Karmatmike Nishthe Yogalakshye Susamskrite Madhyame Bhagavat Tattva Yathatmyavapti Siddhaye Jnana Karma Abhinirvartyo Bhakti Yoga Prakirtita. In the Madhyama Shatka, that is the middle 6 chapters, Bhakti Yoga Prakirtitaha. Bhakti Yoga is told. And it is Jnana Karma Abhinirvartyaha. It is possible to attain or complete through, because by start through the Bhakti Yoga can be started, Nirvartya. It is possible to start Bhakti Yoga through Jnana and Karma, Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga. And what is the purpose of Bhakti Yoga? Bhagavat Tattva Yathatmya Avapti Siddhaye. To attain the Supreme Brahman. Susamskrite, Yoga Lakshya Susamskrite. The Susamskrite includes Atma Jnana Purvaka Karma Anusthana. Jnana Karma Atmike Nishthe Yoga Lakshya Susamskrite. Atma Jnana Purvaka Karma Anusthana. And Bhagavat Tattva Yathatmya, in that the Tattva is Swarupa Jnana of Paramatma. Yathatmya is Yathavastita Prakara. tattva yathatmya. That is summarized by Bhashyakar also in line with Gita Artha Sangraha. Tadetad uttaratra yatah pravrittir bhutanam yena sarvamidam. So here, Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate, Brahma Bhuyaya is to attain Jivatma Sakshatkara. Then he will get Parabhakti. In the 18th chapter, it is told like that, Atma Darshana, which is attained through Karmanusthana, leads to Bhakti. And that is indicated in Bhashya here. And Upasanantu, the nature of Upasana is Bhakti Rupa Apannam, Eva, Paramaprapti Upaya Bhutamiti Vedanta Vakya Siddham. Here, one may get several doubts. Bhashyakara makes this statement with all the pramanas. Upasanantu Bhakti Rupa Apannam Eva has to be the form of loving devotion. And that is Paramaprapti Upaya Bhutam. It is the means to attain Paramatma. It is Vedanta Vakya Siddham. It is well established in the Vedanta Vakyas. So several doubts may arise here, which are clarified by this. The Shruti Tameva Viditva Adimrutyumeti talks about Vedana being the means to liberation. And it is not seen in Shruti that liberation is through Bhakti. That is the first doubt. Vedana only is told, Upasana. Shruti also seems to say karma has to be combined with Vedana. It looks like that, it appears as though Vidyanja Estad Veda Ubhayam Saha. The word Saha may mean like that, but the meaning has to be taken as Anga Bhava is going to be commented. It is also doubtful. So, is it that karma has to be combined with Vedana, or is it only Vedana? And it is also doubtful if Paramapurusha Upasana only is a means to moksha, as in Atharva Shiro Upanishad it is told as Rudra is to be meditated upon. And in the Pratardhana Vidya in Kaushitaki Upanishad, which appears where Pratardhana, who is the son of Divodasa, goes to Indra's place, Indrasya Priyandhama Upajagama. He goes there and Indra is very pleased and asks him, you ask for a boon, I am very happy, I will give you a boon. Then Pratardhana says, Manushyayam hitatamam manyase tvameva brunu. Whatever you think is at most good to the humans, you only choose such a boon, he tells Indra. And Indra tells him, Mam upasva, meditate upon me, that does at most good to all humans, he says. So it is discussed in Brahma Sutras, what is that Indra is teaching, because nowhere it is told that Jivatma Sakshatkara will lead to moksha. That is not hitatama to Manushyas, because they are already bound with the karma in the Prakriti Mandala. How can they get rid of that by meditating on themselves like that? So only Paramatma, who is untainted by any of these defects, untouched by any of the defects, can remove others' defects also. And so that is taught as Jiva Shariraka Paramatma Upasana. That is meditating upon Paramatman, who is having Indra, who is a Jivatma, as his body, and that is taught there. So Pratardhana Vidya, it will appear as though Indra is the deity. In Atharva Shiro Upanishad, it will appear as though Rudra is to be meditated upon. So all these are set aside by this Upasanam tu. The word tu indicates Upasanameva, Upasanam tu, Bhakti Rupa Apannameva, Prapti Upaya Bhutam. The Upasana means to attain Paramatman is not mere Jnana, but Upasana only. That is the first aspect. That it is not mere Jnana, but it is Upasana. The second important point is Upasana has to be Bhakti Rupa Apannameva, and not mere Upasana without Bhakti. Kevala, it's not Kevala Upasana. Bhakti Rupa Apannameva Upasanam. The third important aspect is that Upasana, this kind of Upasana only, not Karma Samuchita, meaning combined with Karma. So Karma Jnana Samuchaya is not to be done. When Upasana whether karma and along with upasana, karma also has to be done as a means to moksha is not there. Karma is only anga. The angi is upasana. So it is not jnana karma samuchaya. The word saha in Ishavasya Upanishad is to be taken as angangi bhava. The fourth aspect is that the object of such upasana has to be Paramatman only and not any other deity. So only then it becomes the means to attain Paramatman, which is known from Tatkratunyaya. Yata kraturasmin purushe asmin loke purusho bhavati tatha ita pretya bhavati. Whatever is, however, is the meditation done with whichever object of meditation in mind, one attains that. So that is called Tat Kratunyaya. That is told as all these four aspects, that is not mere jnana but upasanatmaka jnana, upasana. And it is bhakti rupapanna only. It is not kevala upasana. And it is not combined with anything else. It is not samuchita. And it is having Paramatman only as the upasya, the object of meditation. These four aspects are established here. And that is well established, Bhashyakara says, iti Vedanta Vakya Siddham. Established by Vedanta Vakyas, we need not imagine them or create them, but they are already well established in the Shrutis. There is no need for even Upabrahmanas to say this, because it is established in Vedanta very clearly. Smriti, Itihasa are all not necessary to say this. Shrutis directly say. The first aspect of that upasana only and not mere jnana, not jnana is not the means, but upasana only is the means, is established with pramanas next. Tameva viditva timuktimeti, tamevam vidvan amrutahi bhavati. Ityadina vihitam vedanam atmavare drashtavya shrotavyo mantavyo nididhyasitavyaha atmanameva lokam upasita sattva Bhuvasmati Smritilambhe Sarvagranthinaam Vipramoksha Vidyate Hriday Granthi. So all these Ityadibihi Aikarthyat Smriti Santana Rupam Darshana Samanakaram Dhyana Upasana Chittavachyamiti Avagamyate. So the first point, that it is not jnana but it is upasana only, is the means, is established with these pramanas. The mantra Drashtavya Shrotavyo Mantavyo Nididhyasitavyaha. The aspects of Shrotavya and Mantavyaha are called Raga Prapta. That is based on one's willing to do, while Drashtavyaha and Nididhyasitavyaha are Vidhi. They are ordained to be done. So the generic terms such as Vedana, etc. culminate in the specific term Dhyana. Upasana is but, and Dhyana and Upasana is but logical, as they are all appearing in the same prakarana, samana prakarana, patita vakyas, the shabdas found. So the normal generic words such as Vedana, etc., they culminate in Dhyana and Upasana. Dhyana is Tailadharavad avichinna smriti santana rupam. Just like an oil which is poured from one vessel to other vessel is continuous. So it is anusmriti, is remembrance after remembrance after remembrance without anything coming in between. The continuous, incessant remembrance. That is dhyana. Tailadharavata, avichinna, that is unbroken stream of smriti, santana rupa. That is known as dhruva smritihi. It is ordained that such dhruva smriti causes the destruction of all knots. For that, darshana is needed. So darshana qualifies dhruva smriti only. When we say smriti gets the form of darshana, it means it becomes vivid. So when the smriti becomes intense due to dhyana prakarsha, the intensity of the remembrance or the meditation, it becomes darshana samanakara. So this can be seen with respect to even in when there is most fear and love, etc. These things happen, is told by Deshika. One of the examples given is of Maricha, who had great fear for Rama. Vrikshe vrikshe cha pashyami chira krishnajina ambaram grihida dhanusham ramam pashastamivantag. He says so much fear he has Pashyami, he says, I see in every tree, I see Rama holding his bow, and as though he is Yama. So the words Smriti and Darshana end up in the same. So the words Drashtavyaha, Nididhyasitavyaha, though they may seem to mean differently, Drashtavyaha, Nididhyasitavyaha, one is Darshana, one is Dhyana, it is again like Samanya Vishesha Nyaya. Nididhyasana leads to Darshana, continuous, incessant, unbroken chain of thoughts will lead to Darshana. So in that way there is Aikarthya, that is unity in their meaning. So one has to meditate on the divine auspicious form of Paramatman continuously, without break, and when that becomes intense, through the dhyana prakarsha, it becomes vivid and becomes equal to being actually seen. Darshana samanakara smriti santati is the upaya. Darshana samanakara darshana is phala. Such meditation leads to vivid perception. So by this, the first aspect, that the means is not mere knowledge, but upasanatmaka jnana, that is meditative knowledge, is established. The second aspect is that upasana has to be bhakti rupa. It's established again with pramanas. Nayamatma pravachanena labhyaha na medhaya na bahuna shudena yameva isha vrunute tena labhyaha tasyaisha atma vivrunute anum swam. Kevala shravana manana nididhyasana are not much use. It has to be combined with bhakti or loving devotion is seen in this pramana. It doesn't say that shravana manana are not needed, they are useless. No, they are required very much, because there are so many Shruti Pramanas telling that. But it is not Kevala Shravana, it has to be Bhakti with Bhakti. What is not present in any other means is present in Bhakti, in Priti. Loving meditation on the Paramatman, who is most dear, becomes most enjoyable. So, Yeshaha, Yameva, Yeshaha, Prunute, Yeshaha, Paramatma, Prunute, Yam Prunute, Tena Labhya. It is told as Priyatama Eva Hivaraniyo Bhavati. One who is dear to the Lord is chosen by the Lord. Paramatma Vishaya Pritimaneva Priyat Paramatmana Varaniyaha. So, who is the one who becomes so dear to Paramatman? One who loves Paramatman dearly becomes dear to Paramatman. So Paramatma Vishaya Pritiman Eva Paramatmana Varaniyaha. This will be told later as Priyohi Jnaninotyartam Mahamsasya Mama Priyaha in this chapter. So he chooses him who chooses him. It is known that Bhagavad Bhakti is most sweet from statements of Prahlada, which is quoted by Swami Deshika here. Ya priti ravivekanam vishayeshu anapayini tvam anusmarata same hridayat mapasarpatu. Vishnu Purana. Avivekanam vishayeshu anapayini ya pritihi sa tvam anusmarataha me hridayat mapasarpatu. Those who do not have the discriminatory knowledge, viveka, who are deeply passionate about sensuous enjoyments, anapayini means inseparably they are pursuing the enjoyments of the senses, vishayeshu. Whatever that deep passion they have in those things, tvam anusmarataha, that kind of a passion that will be in me with respect to you, is Prahlada's telling. I, who is continuously thinking about you, reflecting upon you, and doing anusmarana, such a passion, let it be always in my mind. Hridayate mapasarpatu. Let it not go even for a fraction of a second from my mind. Prahlada says, Teshu Teshu Achyuta Bhakti Achyutastu Sadatvayi. Let my bhakti be always in you. Kva Nakaprishta Gamanam Punaravarti Lakshanam Kva Japo Vasudeveti Mukti Bijamanuttam. So all other things, heavens and attaining various heavens and every other Purusharthas are all Punaravarti Lakshanam. They bring us back again. Ah Brahma Bhuvana Lokaha Punaravartino Arjuna is going to be told later here. So they are all making one to come again and again into this Prakriti Mandala. Whereas Vasudeveti Japaha Mukti Bijam Anuttamam. It is at most means to the seed to Bhakti, Mukti, liberation. Tadeva hi Bhakti ityuchyate. That is called as Bhakti. Snehapurvamanudhyanam Bhaktiritya Vidhiyate iti Vachanat. Even then a doubt may come, how is it possible that Bhakti is the means to moksha or liberation? How is it established? He said that Mahaniya Vishaye Pritireva hi Bhakti. That is a pramana. For that the pramana is shown as Snehapurvamanudhyanam Bhaktiritya Vidhiyate. That is to be understood as Mahaniya Vishaye Pritireva Snehapurvam Anudhyanam Tvam Anusmaratas Sami. Like Prahlada says, Mahaniya Vishaye Pritireva Snehapurvam Anudhyanam. Anudhyana is continuous remembrance. Ataha Tamevam Vidwan Amritaiha Bhavati Nanyah Pantha Ayanaya Vidyate. So for that reason, Ataha means for that reason, that is the word Vedana, which is the means to liberation, being the form of Bhakti. So Upasana is of the form of Bhakti, Bhakti Rupa Panna. Because of that reason, Tamevam Viditva, Tamevam Vidwan, Amrita Iha Bhavati, Na Anyah Pantha Ayanaya Vidyate. There is no other way, means it is not Karma Samuchaya, it is only Upasana, Vedana. Naham Vedena Tapasana Danena Chetya Shakyam Vido Drushtavanasi Mamyata. Bhaktyato Ananyaya Shakya. So in Smriti it is told by the word Bhakti, in Shruti it is told by the word Vedana, and Tameham Vidwan Amrita Evati Na Anyah Pantaha, it is told clearly in Shruti that that is the only means to attaining Paramatman. And in the Smritis, Bhakti is told, Bhaktyato Ananya Shakya Aham Ve Evam Vido Arjuna Jnatum Drushtum Charatvena Praveshtum Cha Praptum. So it is understood that it Anayoho Ekartatvam Siddham Bhavati. Vedana and Bhakti are same meaning according to Shrutis and Smritis, both. And Purusha Sukta, the greatness of Purusha Sukta here is that it is found in all the four Vedas. That is quoted by Bhashyakara. The other two aspects, that the Upaya is not Samuchita and Upasya is Paramatman, is Arthataha Siddha. It is understood by these Pramanas. And by barring anything other than Vedana, Nanyah Pantaha Ainaya Vidyate, Samuchaya Paksha is refuted. And it is also established that Karma is only needed as Anga or accessory. So by treating the Vakyas of Shvetashvatara Upanishad, which says Tamevam Viditva Atimrutyumeti, Mrityum and Purusha Sukta as addressing Eka Vishaya, is the same object, the subject matter. It gets established that the meanings of Purusha Sukta are in line with what is told in all other Upanishads also. So Purusha Sukta is found in all four Vedas. Now coming to the 7th chapter, Tatra Saptame Tavatu Upasya Bhuta Paramapurusha Swarupa Yathatmyam Prakritya Tattirodhanam. So Bhashyakara says in Gadya, Bhagavat Sarupa Tirodhana Karim, that is Prakriti covers one from knowing Paramatman. It hides one, the Sarupa of Paramatman. So the word Upasya Bhuta indicates the connection to the present context. That is Upasya Bhuta Paramapurusha Sarupa Yathatmyam. The connection from the previous chapter is taught here. The Paramapurusha was told in the last sloka of the previous chapter as Shraddhavan Bhajate Yomam, where Mam indicates Paramapurusha. Upasya Bhuta Paramapurusha Swarupa Yathatmyam. So this is the connection with the previous chapter, the last sloka of the 6th chapter, which has Shraddhavan Bhajate Yomam. The word Mam indicates Paramapurusha. That is Upasya Bhuta is told here. All these establish the meanings as summarized by Bhagavad Yamunacharya. Swayathatmyam Prakrityasya Tirodhihi Sharanagatihi Bhaktavedaha Prabuddhasya Shraishtyam Saptamochyate. So Paramatman Sri Krishna teaches Swayathatmyam, his real nature, and why is it not known? Prakritya asya tirodhihi. The cause of not knowing, the reason why it is not known is it is covered by Prakriti, and how to get rid of that? To surrender unto the Lord, Sharanagatihi. And who are the people? What kind of people do this? Bhakta Bhedaha, different types of devotees. And among them, Prabhuddhasya Shraishyam, Jnani is superior. They are all taught in Saptama Adhyaya, Saptama Uchyate. So that is the Avatarika, introduction to the preamble to the 7th chapter. Now, going to the first shloka. Shri Bhagawanuvacha Mayasakta Manah Partha Yogam Yunjan Madashrayah Asamshayam Samagram Mam Yatha Jnasyasi Tat Shrunu. Now Bhagavan starts teaching his Yathatmya. Hey Partha, Mayi Asakta Manaha, having mind interested in me only, Madashrayah, having taken me as the refuge or the support. Asamshayam Samagram Mam Yatha Jnasyasi. Asamshayam, without any doubt, Samagram, complete with form, attributes, glory, etc. Sarupa, Rupa, Vibhuti and all that. Mam Yatha Jnasyasi, with knowledge you will know me. Tat Shrunu, listen to that knowledge. Listen to that teaching. The Bhashya is Mayi Abhimukhyena Sattamanaha Mat Priyatvaatirekena Mat Swarupena Gunaischa Cheshtitena Mad Vibhutya Vishleshe Sati Tat Kshanadeva Vishiryamana Swarupataya Mayi Sugadham Baddhamanaha Tatha Madashrayaha Swayancha Mayavina Vishiryamanataya Madashrayo Madekadharaha Mad Yogam Yunjan Yogtum Pravrittaha Yoga Vishaya Bhutam Mam Asamshayam Nisamshayam Samagram Sakalam Yatha Jnasyasi Yena Jnanena Muktena Jnasyasi Tad Jnanam Avahitamanaha Tvam Shrunu. Mayi Abhimukhyena Sattamanaha, being favorably disposed towards me, Abhimukhya, Saktamanaha, deeply interested in me, Mat Priyatva Atirekena, having Mat Sarupena, Gunaischa Cheshtitena, Mat Vibhutya Vishleshe Sati, Tat Kshanadeva Vishiryamana Surupataya, Mayi Sugadham Baddhamanaha, Sugadham Baddhamanaha, I am fixed his mind in me, your mind in me, very firmly, as the essential nature itself will get completely lost. Vishiryamana Swarupataya, it will break into pieces, it will tear into pieces like that. Having that kind of a feeling, having fixed your mind firmly in me. If there is a slightest separation from my nature, attributes, divine acts, my glory, etc. Swarupena, Gunaischa, Cheshtitena, Mat Vibhutya Vishleshe Sati. If there is slightest separation from all these, because Mat Priyatva Atirekena, because being loving me most greatly, Atirekena, Tatha Madashrayaha, Swayamcha Maya Vina Vishiryamanataya Madashrayo Madekadharaha. As else even his very existence would be lost without me, and so it's fully dependent on me, and so having me only as the support. Madhyogam Yunjanne, endeavoring to meditate upon me. Yogtum Pravrittaha, Yoga Vishaya Bhutam Mam Asamshayam Nisamshayam Samagram Sakalam. The object of meditation, Yoga Vishayam, Mam, Asamshayam, without any doubts, Samagram, Sakalam, completely, Yatha Jnasyasi. Yatha Jnasyasi means Yena Jnanena Uktena Jnasyasi, by the instruction of which knowledge you will know me. Tadjnanam avahitamanaha tvam shrunu. Listen to me, that knowledge I am going to impart. Listen to me very, very carefully, with a lot of concentration, calm mind. Listen to me. The real nature of the Paramatman, told as mom, is taught to be worshipped, is told here. Shraddhavan bhajate yo mam. That is, by this upasana of the Lord would be possible. Mai abhimukhyena sattamanaha. The upasarga in asaktamanaha indicates that abhimukhya or favorable disposition towards him, which is needed for upasana. Mat priyatvaatirekena. One for whom I am the object of loving worship is mat priya. Being like that is mat priyatva. That is due to excessive love towards Paramatman. Mat swarupena gunabhutya. The word vibhuti or glory indicates his retinue, followers, divine weapons, etc., which are unique to him. Parijana, Bhushana, Ayudha, and all those things. Parijana, Pariparaha, Bhushana, Ayudha, and all that, which are unique to him, which are asadharana. Vishlesha sati. The meaning of Vishlesha is not being able to experience him as desired. That is the meaning of Vishlesha. Takshanadeva Vishiryamana Swarupataya. That the Bhakta becomes incapable of doing anything is indicated as Vishiryamana Swarupataya. He just cannot act, cannot move or think. This applies to the mind here. He cannot think anything. Mai Sugadam Baddhamanaha. तथा मदाश्रयः स्वयंच मया विना विशीर्यमाणतया मदाश्रयः मदेकाधारः. The meaning of madashrayah is madekadharah. Having only Paramatman as the support, it is like the usage. Madashrayah means madekadharah, only me as the support. It is like abhakshaha, vayubhakshaha, which are the usage. Abhakshaha means who are living only on water. The ascetics who are doing tapas are told as abhakshaha, vayubhakshaha. So without taking anything here, only live on water, only live on air, nothing else like that. Madashrayaha is taken in that sense as madekadharaha. That means for him experiencing the Supreme only is the support. Madhyogam yunjan. So here yogtum pravrittaha. The word yoga indicates the knowledge of the Supreme who is to be meditated upon, and that is useful to yoga and not the actual practice of yoga. He is starting to practice yoga. Yogtum pravrittaha. Yoga vishaya bhutam mam. That is what is to be known before starting yoga is told as yoga vishaya bhutam. Asamshayam nisamshayam. Samagram sakalam. The word samagra means knowing him, qualified by all the modes, sarva prakara vishishtatva of Paramatman. Because all doubts would get cleared only on knowing the object of meditation, qualified by all modes. So sarva prakara vishishtatva, only when that is known, all the doubts will get cleared. Yatha jnasyasi. Yatha jnasyasi, the meaning is yena jnanena muktena jnasyasi. Though Arjuna is listening only, Krishna is telling him Shrunu, to indicate that what is going to be taught now is the most important thing and needs a lot more concentration. So again he is telling him Shrunu. In the next shloka, Krishna says Vakshyami. That is, he says Shrunu, to show that Mukti and Shravana are about the same object. What is told as Vakshyami in the next shloka, that is Mukti, and Shrunu and Shravana. The word Yatha in Yatha Jnasyasi is commented as Yena Jnanena. In line with the next shloka, Jnanam Teham Savijnanam is the next shloka. So accordingly, that is explained by Swami Deshika and Tatparya Chandrika. Why Yatha Jnasyasi is taken as Yena Jnanena Muktena. The teachings which are to be heard by Arjuna are now are not taught anywhere else in this way. So Krishna is telling, Krishna himself, the Supreme Brahman, Paramapurusha, is teaching the most secret knowledge about the rahasyas, about the realities, the tattvas, and so it needs a lot more concentration. So it is said in Kathopanishad that Shravanayapi bahuviryo na labhya, Shunvantopi bahoyam na vidyu. Even to listen to that, many people, it's not possible by many. So Krishna is telling that Shruno, avahitamanaha tvam shruno. Listen with a lot of concentration. That is the meaning of that shloka as explained in the Bhashya. So we shall come to the end of this session. We shall take up the next few shlokas. Jnanam teham sabhijnanam idam vakshyami asheshataha yad jnatva neha bhuyonyat jnatavyam avashishyate. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yadati siddhaye yatataamapi siddhanam kaschinmam vetti tattvataha. Bhumirapo nalo vayu khammano buddhirevacha ahankara iti yamme bhinna prakritirashtata apareyamitasmanyam prakritim vidhime param jiva bhutam mahabaho yedam dharyate jagat. So Krishna extols the praises such knowledge, Bhagavad Yathatmya, that it is most of highly important, the most important thing to be known by anyone. He praises that knowledge and then starts to teach about the wonderful nature of Paramatman from Bhumirapo Nalo, the 4th shloka onwards. So we shall take up the study of the next few shlokas in the next class. With that, I offer my pranamas to all the Bhagavatas in this Satsanga and conclude today's session and leave the class open for any questions.
Adiye namaskaram, pranamams to you, Swami. And Adiye, this is just purely a curiosity question. See, prior to Chaturveda, the Vedas were all existing together before Veda Vyasa separated them into 4 Vedas. So Purusha Suktam, which is found in all the 4 Vedas subsequently, are they present as one in the original undivided Veda?
It is possible that we do not know. So Veda was only one, then Veda Vyasa divided into 4. But after that, the different adhikaris do adhyayana of different Vedas. And so all the people may not do adhyayana of all the Vedas. So from that point of view, after the division has been done, the Purusha Sukta gains a lot of importance because it is found in all. So that is how, that is the importance is shown. Maybe earlier it was all one unit, so there was the mantras, different mantras are found in different Vedas, and there are different vidyas stored in different Vedas. So probably they were all existing as one. But once the division is done, different adhikaris study them. So from that point of view, Purusha Sukta being present by all, being studied by everyone, even now, even after the division, it takes importance.
Dhanyosmi, Daddy.
That is also highlighted in Vedartha Sangraha by Bhashyakar, this aspect.
Oh, Adi. Swami, another question, Swami. Initially, you told that is that Bhagavan will reveal himself for one who is doing with affection, but our sampradaya says do everything without attachment. So, is there a conflict there?
Yeah. So the teaching that you have to leave attachment in everything means everything other than Paramatman.
Oh, Adiye.
So that is the object of attainment. We can't leave that, and that should be the only object of attainment, and one should be deeply attached to Paramatman. And Bhagavat Vyatirikta, everything else Paramatmani yo raktaha, viraktaha aparamatmani. So one who is deeply interested in Paramatman gets virakti in everything other than Paramatman.
Oh,
That is it.
so the Vairagyam does not apply to that Paramatma, like someone who does the Anushthanam and then says Bhagavan Prityartham. He does it mechanically in a Vairagya mode, but still the love does not disappear in that Vairagya mode also.
Yes, absolutely. Bhakti and Jnana, one has to aspire to increase, and that is towards Paramatman. That is to attain Him, and that is also because it is our Swarupa that we have to worship Him, and He is the object of attainment. So, and we should not think that just because we are doing that dhyana, that itself is going to attain, give us the fruit. It's Paramatma who is pleased by that, by His anugraha only it happens. But it is essential to have that kind of a bhakti towards Him. For that, everybody aspires.
Dhanyosmedi, very clear.
So, if there are no more questions, we shall conclude today's session. Srimate rAmAnuja Namaha. Saram Shri Krishna Arpanamasti.